Hi everyone, how are we doing? My name is Jennifer Orodi and I'm the MD and founder of Ingenium Concept Limited. I'm a customer service expert and the fixer for customers, the bullies for also people, brands who are not taking care of their customers. The customer service training on how you too can be exceptional it was an amazing experience. People joined from all over the world. People joined from various platforms and it was an amazing time. I've been having feedback, tons of feedback back to back on how impactful and how educative the training was. But again, I also need to acknowledge that I also got the feedbacks on how people were really stressed out via poor internet or poor service. Network was crappy on the day, and we are taking responsibility for that to know what to do better, just so we serve you better. But hey, all hope is not lost. I am here to also let you know that don't worry, we've got this for you. I'm going to tell you about the course because some of us did not really get the information around the course, the training that I have put together to help you be exceptional at service, right? The free training was an introduction. Now the proper training was what I talked about and is overly discounted. Now, what are the benefits of this training? The first benefit is you get to understand you. According to Zoo, knowing others is strength, but knowing thyself is true power. And for that to happen, you need to understand your personality. Who are you? If you were in the training, you can attest to the fact that we touched on all of those factors that are in you, that are innate, that you need to understand to bring to life. But what this training now does is, once you take your personality test, we do what we call the selective adoptive measure. So these are bringing in the traits that would make you thrive as a customer service rep. Remember, you are a go-to person for the brand, you are a go-to person for the customer. So for you to be more to your employer and for you to be more to your customers, you need to know thyself. That's the foundation. So the course allow you to do that, and we work together. We give you tasks to bring out the real you that would align with your career and make your career grow. So we do a selection of some of your traits, and that's what you shine through every time you're serving the customer. All right, so the training, that's one of the benefits. The second benefit is you get to understand why a customer comes into your employer's brand and your employer's premise. So when a customer comes into your employer's premise and they are requesting for something and there is a need, what is a need? A need is a desire that has become necessary and important. So every time they come into your premise, what is it they need? So now, remember we said you have to listen. Listening help you understand the need behind the need. So there's a layer to that. There's a need behind the need of every customer that comes in. What is that need? Understanding that layer, that unspoken need, help you serve your customer better. But how many of us understand how to extract that need from the customer? This is what the training will help you achieve. But aside that, there's just a lot more that you get to understand. Knowing your employer's brand. What does that mean? When your employer says, this is my mission and this is my vision, how do you bring that all into your service and grow you as a brand? Remember, as a customer service brand, a customer service rep, you are equally a brand. So every time you serve a customer, you are building your personal brand. You're building your employer's brand. For instance, the name Jennifer is a brand. This is because I have been able to build that over a period of time through my core values. I have core values. What are your guiding principles? Do you have one? For your career, do you have one? For your life, do you have one? Your career should be a subset of your life purpose. That's how you live a fulfilling life and a fulfilling career. All right, peaking performance is not about certification and experience and skills. Peaking performance is about the right attitude with the right motivation. And what is motivation? Motivation, this is the force that propels you. Are you still thinking about taking the course? So the course would expose you to all of this. Now, again, how do you solve crisis in service breakdown? How do you manage customers? How do you manage customers with the 5 A's of managing customers? Do you even know what that means? Objection, customers' objection, we have said over time, is valid and is the customer giving you an opportunity to redeem yourself. A lot of us think that customers are too difficult, they complain too much. No, Customers are always right. Someone will ask me, why are customers always right? They are right because it's their opinion. You're not meant to dwell on the wrong or the right. You're meant to solve whatever issue they've brought to you. But how do you attend to a difficult customer without having to lose thyself? Get into the training. All right, understanding the different platforms on how to manage customers. If you are working in a bereaved environment, in a bereaved organization like what's it called? The cemetery, or all of those things that has to do with the demise of people, how can you be there for the customer and not lose yourself in all of that? These are the things we're looking at. There are various, and every of these there is a practicality on how to implement all of the strategies we're giving to you, and real life scenarios to back all of this up. Guess what? It is not a breeze in, breeze out. There are tasks you need to execute that I would evaluate and then give you feedback, tell you where you're missing it wrong. Before you leave the training, you would have your personal philosophy. Who knows my personal philosophy? That's give. So for me, everything I do is about impact. The free training, people actually say, why do you give that training for free? But really, I don't care, because first I am living by my principle. My principle is growth, impact, value, and excellence. And I always would want to do that because that's where I get my satisfaction from. That's how I become more to people. All right. So the training is way discounted. And this is me trying to get people to know how to serve. Now, service is a way of life. Serving people should actually be a way of life, not just before customers. Every one of us were actually customers at one point or the other. It's either we're a business owner here or we're a customer here. So as a customer service rep, you should also be a representative to your neighbor. They care for the neighbor. So making service the way of life, that's how serving of customers comes with ease. All right? So you must be different. You must serve, you must know that you are the go-to guy for the customer. So the training exposes you to all of these factors, all of these training, all of the practicality of service. Okay? So when customers come to you and they're crying, or when customers come to you and they're looking to buy something, you are asking yourself, what is the need at play? You must ask yourself all the time. You need to know the difference between the buyer and the user. You need to know when the buying is for the user and the buying is for the buyer and the user. You need to understand all of that. You need to understand how to take your customers, your employer's transformation to the customer. And as an employer, you also need to take the course. If you're an employer, those of you that attended the training, kudos, right? You need to attend the course and know how to set up now. Relationship development, customer service is good, but customer service is not the ultimate. And that's why I say when people call themselves, I'm a customer service rep, well, it's good, but you should be a customer relationship manager because it's beyond service. Service is the expected from the customer. The customer does not expect a relationship development, but for you to be able to bring that customer back, to be able to grow relationships so that the customer keeps coming back to your employer's brand. As you develop your employer's brand, you are developing your personal brand. You need to create a relationship with that customer. And that's where communication comes in. Communication that has soul inside of it. And someone will say, what is that? Every time a customer comes to your employer's premise, they must take something with them out of you away. And then every time they go to be, oh my God, that lady, she keeps smiling. Oh, that lady, she's this. Oh, that lady, she's just exceptional. She's also a professional. Because they took something away from conversing with you. And that is the soul in your communication. So there has to be, and that's what we talked about, intonation. Intonation brings souls into communication. We've talked about all the different kinds of communication and the types and the different C's, but that's not what I'm training you on. I'm training you how to bring souls into your conversation. When you appreciate customers, when you say thank you, how to say thank you, how to say kindly, and how to use the word please. There are different ways of using these things. You can't use please in the place of kindly. All right, so these are many more the training is going to teach you. Now, if you've taken that decision, I will see you right on the inside.